All right. If you have your notes packet printed, go to page 13. If you don't, make sure you have a lot of paper out because we're going to be taking some notes today. It's best if you have page 13 printed out, but if you don't, no problem. Just follow along in your notebook. What we're going to do today is we are going to take what we know about our set notation and we are going to apply it to Venn diagrams. Now, a Venn diagram does not have to be like what you remember it from history or English class. It's going to be a little bit different here. So if you remember from maybe a history class or an English class, when you made a Venn diagram, you did this. And you said, oh, this is one person, or let's say this is World War I and this is World War II, and these are the things that overlap, and these are the things that are unique to World War I and unique to World War II. It is exactly the same as that, except we're going to add a little bit more. The first thing is, most importantly, we're going to add a box, because just like we learned yesterday, there are things that could be outside of A and outside of B, so they have to be somewhere. So we call this the universe, right? This will be the universe. We will also have a set A and a set B, and then we'll have the universe. So really the most important thing we're adding is the idea that things can be outside of A and outside of B. So basically, in your history class, if this was World War I, this was World War II, we would say, oh, there's things that happen not in World War I and not in World War II, completely outside of that. We will, as we get into it, also just keep in mind that you can always do something like this and have a third circle. But that's not the goal of today. Today will be two circle Venn diagrams and a universal set on the outside. So let's get into it. What we're going to do is we're going to use the numbers today just like last class, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to say A has 1 and 2 in it, and B has 2 and 3 in it. We're going to use these to now draw pictures. We're going to use the same names and same symbols, so it's not going to be terrible. So obviously, if you look at sets 1 and 2, 2 and 3, the union of A and B from our last class as a review is everything in either set. So a 1 is in either, it counts. A 2 is in either, it counts. A 3 is in either, it counts. Union means to unite. So if you think of it, since our only options are 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 not being in any of the sets, right? Keep in mind here, what has this look on picture, right? If this is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, oh, I don't think this is working right now. Go back. Sorry, technical difficulty. Okay. Look, 1 and 2, you can see this left circle has the 1 and 2, because that's set A. This right circle has set B, it's 2 and 3. 2 is in the overlap, that's why 2 is in both sets. And 4 is the only other option, so 4 is in the universe, the box is the universe, but 4 is not in either of the sets. So if I said, what is A union B? You can answer that two ways. You can answer it by saying this is the pink shaded region. That's on the Venn diagram. You can shade what a union is. And the answer is, just like from yesterday, it's a 1, a 2, and a 3. So the answer is the set of 1, 2, and 3. But today we're focusing that it's the shaded region. Union means, can it be only in set A? Yes. Can it be in the overlap? Yes. Can it be only in B? Yes. Union means to unite. It means all, and overlap is included in all. Okay, opposite of union is definitely the intersection. We are using the same things. So our set A on the left, our set B on the right. On Venn diagrams, people almost always get this correct, that the intersection is just the overlap. And the overlap here is just the number 2 in our 1, 2, 3, 4. But make sure the picture, this is and, right? Keep in mind, go back. Union means or, A or B, okay? So if it says set A or B, or is a union, and that does indeed, as terrible as it sounds, one 2, and 3 is in OR. 3 is just in set B, but it is in A or B. OR. Union is OR. Everything. OR means everything. Intersection means and, so it has to be in both, so that's why it's just the overlap. It has to be in both, so one and the other. Okay, complement. We did complement in Venn diagrams. That means outside the circle. So the complement of A, which will be like A apostrophe or tilde A apostrophe or tilde A, will just mean outside of A. So you take the entire A circle and you think what possibly could be outside of it. Well, outside of numbers 1 and 2 is numbers 3 and 4. So it's part of the B circle, and it's definitely the universe for complement, outside. Could be just a tick mark. So you see here in number-wise, that would be 3 and 4. Complement meaning outside of a circle. Okay. You can definitely subtract. Subtraction of sets says, again, just like the one the first time, start with A, take away things that are in B. Moral of the story, never add things. You can't get anything more than A in a subtraction. So it only starts with the entire A circle and take away the parts that are in B. The part that's in B is this overlap here. Subtract away the things that are in B, but never, ever, ever add more to it. If it starts as just A, you can't get more than what is in A. All you can do is take away things. So the answer here would be just the number 1, but we're more focused on this is the shaded region. We're learning about the same things. We learned union, intersection, complement, subtraction. Last video, we're just showing how they lurk in shading pictures. Okay, now, what we're going to work on today is trying to make these kind of longer, meaning add multiple things together. So what this is saying is we'll do it in mini steps. In mini steps. This says to unite A and B. So if I have two circles, we have A on the left, we have B on the right, we have our universal set. The first thing it says to do is to unite them. So if you union them, that means or, but or means all. So if I say this is the union, that would be the first part of this. But then the complement, the tilde, says no. It's actually the answer is everything not in yellow. So not in yellow would be the green. So the answer is, of course, just the shaded pink region because it says just, and don't forget parentheses for math. Do this first, unite the two, and then take everything on the outside. So that's why the answer is just the number 4 and pictorially everything outside of the union. And union again means or, A or B, but that's everything. Okay, A intersect. We did A intersect B. Remember from earlier, just 5 minutes ago, when you have intersection of two circles, it has to be in the overlap. So there is the intersection. We always have the universe. So if it's saying to intersect first, we did that in the black, and then not, it means take everything outside of that little region, everything outside of the black, which in this case is outside of this overlap, would be number 1, number 3, number 4, or a whole lot of shading. It's all about trying to transition the same exact things into how would I shade a picture today. Okay, we're going to do a Venn diagram worksheet now. Now that you have the basis, okay, use this page 13, use this notes. We are going to practice this. So on Canvas, we are going to do the Venn diagram practice 1, Venn diagram practice 1, which is this worksheet right here. Some of these you are going to get the answer and you're going to write how it was made. Some of these you're going to shade the picture. I'll get you started with one of them. This first one makes you think outside the box a little bit. Remember, so this is first saying A complement. This tick mark means outside of A. So let's do this in multiple little parts. So A complement will be yellow. So A complement means outside of the A circle. So there's the whole A circle, not shaded, but everything out of it is. I'm doing this in baby steps, and you might like that too. In green will be B complement. So it's anything outside of the B circle. So it's everything outside of B. Everything outside of B. Okay. Now, you can see we have areas with 2 colors. We have areas with just green. We have areas with just yellow. And we have areas with no color. The last step here is to think union. What the hell does union mean? The U. It means or. What does or mean? It means unite. It means all. It means all. What does that mean for this? It means the area is everything that has a color at all. If it has no color, it's not in the union. So just yellow, yes, it's in the answer. Just green, yes, it's in the answer. Both colors, yes, in the answer. So the actual final answer is everything except this little middle slice. So if you think about these in small pieces, you will get the answer very quickly, right? Because let's look while it's still on the paper. If I just look here at letter G, look at G compared to A. This says to just do the intersection. What does that mean? It means only once you did your green and your yellow, just get places with both colors. Both colors. So what would that mean? It would mean this area only had one color, this area only had one color, so that would all go away. So you got to think about these nice and slow. When you get down to the bottom, okay, you have to, there could be multiple answers. Let's look at these very quickly, right? We saw this before. This would be everything in A or B. What does A or B mean? It means this is a union. Union of A and B. Okay. Next one. Well, let's this is the B circle. Take away the part that's in A. B circle, take away the part that's in A. It sounds like subtracting to me. B, take away A. So that's how you're going to think about these. Okay. Remember, you can always do, for instance, a not symbol. Like, look at this one. This would be everything not in A. What does that mean? A complement, not in A. So you're going to work on this worksheet now. This is your classwork for the rest of class. Don't forget, it is going to be handed in. If you can print it, that would help you immensely. If you can't print it, you can just draw these out. It's okay. You'll just have to draw them out for all of part 1. That's it.